Charles Band's long-running horror franchise Puppet Master from Full Moon Entertainment has just delivered another movie by the title of Puppet Master Dr. Death. Now, does this film leave me feeling like a glove puppet, or does it pull all the right strings? Let's talk about it. So welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome here to this movie review. Yes, the Puppet Master franchise. Now, here's a film series that has been going since the sort of mid-1980s. And here we are with another installment in this franchise, and I believe this to be the 15th movie. I might be wrong. There's so many of them. Now, a couple of years ago, we did get the Iron Cross, a Blade-centric film, and this time we get a solo film focused on the puppet Dr. Death. Yes, now like I said, 15 movies, that is including the crossover with Demonic Dolls, that is including the Littlest Reich, which is a remake sort of film of the first one. This franchise just doesn't die, and for good reason. Good reason. It's a lot of fun. A very cheap franchise, obviously, and I'm guessing that if you're watching this review, then you're a fan of this series, because there's no point watching the film if you're not. Now, this film here, it stars Jenny Boswell as a character by the name of April. She's the main star of the film. The film's topped up by a wealth of other actors who you won't know. They're all small individuals in a sense. I don't mean that in a bad way, because this is a very cheap production. It's directed by Dave Parker, and I believe this to be his first foray into the Puppet Master franchise. And this is a film with a very tight runtime. It is a very short film. We find the character of April. She turns up at this nursing home. She's taken a job where these old folk live, and on her first day there's been a death. And the person that dies, they find a chest within his cupboard. It's chained up. They open it up, and within is this doll. Is the doll of Dr. Death. Now, we're introduced to the other people that work at this centre. We're introduced to the other individuals that live there. You know, there's an old lady that can't speak. She may or may not be psychic. There's a lady that paints. There's an old fella that's extremely rich and likes to touch the young nurses. You get the type of folk that are there. And then you've got the young girl of April who's turned up. She befriends this other girl that works there. There's a guy that she's quite friendly with, but another guy that's jealous of this, and all this sort of stuff going on. And as the film progresses, deaths start occurring within the old folks' home, and obviously it's Dr. Death at work. Now, I won't go too much into the story, spoiling any twists or anything like this. Now, like I said, this film is a film only for the devoted fans of the Puppet Master franchise. Now, I got into Puppet Master when I was quite young. I remember when one was out. I remember when 2 was first released on VHS, then 3, and I've watched them as the years have gone by. And I know what I'm watching isn't particularly fantastic movies. They're not, right? These are cheap movies. You know, they are done on a very low budget. The acting is questionable. The directing is questionable, you know, but you need to know what you're getting into with these films. Now, little dolls that run around killing people, I'm there. You know, I've got a fascination for the Chucky franchise. I love it, and in turn, I like this series as well. I've read the comic books that were released by Full Moon Entertainment themselves. Some considerable time ago now, and then when Dynamite Comics done their own series of I believe it was Dynamite anyway, just a couple of years back, I read those as well. I followed this franchise inside film and outside of. So for me, this was an enjoyable time. There's some elaborate kills, you know. They don't look too great, but they're interesting enough. The little doll himself, a fantastic creation. Anyone would love to have full-size puppets of these in their collection. I mean, I would, obviously. But yeah, so this film, although short, not well directed, not particularly elaborate to look at, it's a lot of fun for the runtime that it is. And it, you know, it leaves the door open for potential sequels, for the series to carry on, which is great. But like I said, as the Puppet Master franchise goes, this is, you know, a step up. It's not bad at all when in comparison to some of the others that we've got earlier on in the series. But it's one for the devoted fans of the franchise, not something that you can watch if you're just a film buff and you're like, oh, you know, let me watch this and I haven't seen any of the others or even like any of the others. You need to know what you're getting into before going into it. For devoted fans only. That's all I can really say. Anyway, this is AJ. I'll leave it there. Nice short one. Yeah, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care all, and goodbye.